top 10 NHL Shootout goals of all time. Before we start, I'd like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to History Hub. The NHL has made some fundamental changes to become more exciting and fan-friendly after the lockout wiped out the 2004 to 2005 season. One of the more noticeable changes was the elimination of ties and the introduction of the shootout to determine if the winner of neither team scored a goal in 5 minutes of overtime. The theory was that shootouts featured the most exciting moments in hockey, the penalty shot. Teams usually use their most skilled players who get to showcase their talent to try to beat goalies one-on-one with the game on the line. On that note, let's take a look at the top 10 NHL shootout goals of all time. Number 1. Anze Kopitar, Los Angeles Kings, 29 goals in 72 attempts. Brad Richards and Rick Nash are tied with Kopitar at 29 goals, but Kopitar makes the list over the other two because his success rate is better, as he capitalized on 40.3% of his attempts. It's hard to believe that Benoit Poilievre, Gilbert Brule, Jack Skill, and Brian Lee were all selected before Kopitar in the 2005 draft. He's a tough shooter to read as the goalie because he has a wide variety of tricks that doesn't rely on the one go-to move. In this instance, he pulled the same move Peter Forsberg did in the 1994 Olympics. Number 2. Ryan Getzlaf on Matthew Guerin, October 22nd, 2006. In the middle of Anaheim's 12-04 run to start its 2006 to 2007 season, a record broken this year by Chicago, Getzlaf helped the Ducks keep the streak going with his beauty against LA. He showed excellent agility for a big man as he jammed on his brakes and waited for Matthew Guerin to make the first move. Number 3. Sam Gagner on Jean-Sebastien Guer, October 28th, 2007.
The first Edmonton shooter. Oh, can he dangle a bit?
Gagner's goal is probably the simplest on this list, but boy did he execute it beautifully. Then, just 18, he busted out a Gordon Bombay-style triple deck and undressed Guer so badly that Guer didn't attempt to get back across the net to the far post. Number 4. Jason Blake on Scott Clemensman, December 16th, 2008. Blake represents all the players who have succeeded in the Spinorama in shootouts. Pierre-Marc Boucard and Mason Raymond come to mind. He got so tight at Clemenson that Devil's netminder had no choice once the spin was completed. The deke is among the most controversial shootout moves today, as it's often difficult to tell if the shooter is moving backwards, which he's not allowed to do.
To put Toronto back in front. Blake on Clemenson. Spin, shoots, goal! Wow!
Number 5. Patrick Kane, Chicago Blackhawks, 30 goals in 77 attempts. It only makes sense that Patrick Kane cracks the top 10. He has the best stick handling in the game, only to be disputed by Pavel Datsyuk. The way Kane approaches most of his attempts is quite unique. He breaks in really quickly, but by the time he gets around to the hash marks, he relents and slowly glides in the rest of the way while quickly stick handles. It's quite the transition. As his skating slows down, his stick handling picks up. The whole process just leaves the goalies dizzy and confused. Number 6. Pavel Datsyuk on Ati Naiman, January 17th, 2010. In terms of pure skill, this goal should crack the top 3, but Datsyuk loses points for not being the move's originator. By pulling the puck back and deftly flipping a knuckler over Niemi, Datsyuk copied a goal Linus Omark scored with Team Sweden the year prior. Number 7. Jonathan Toews, Chicago Blackhawks, 34 goals in 68 attempts. For many Canadians, their favorite shootout moment was the masterful performance Jonathan Toews put on the 2007 World Junior Hockey Championship in Leksand, Sweden. He'd attempted and pumped in 3 goals using 3 different moves to boot. What flies under the radar is the fact that he had continued this shootout dominance in his NHL career, boasting a 50% success rate. The irony is that in the World Juniors, he used 3 different moves while in his NHL attempts. He essentially does the same thing every time. He breaks in with a burst of speed and snaps it home. Number 8. Zach Parise, Minnesota Wild, 36 goals in 80 attempts.
High in the slot to Bouchard. Parise winds and scores!
It makes sense for Minnesota to coast during the 5-minute overtimes period, and it simply preserves the tie because it had 2 of the league's finest shootout specialists at their disposal. Zach Parise displays the uncanny ability to go to his backhand and roof the puck from ridiculous angles, which makes it near impossible for the goalie to stop as he performs his slide to block off the lower portion of the net. In this particular instance, he fakes to his left and Jonathan Quick bites, but he calmly places in the top portion of the net, making one of the best goaltenders in the league look like an absolute amateur. Number 9. Jussi Jokinen on Tim Thomas, January 14th, 2006. Like Datsyuk, Jokinen takes a hit for borrowing a patented move. Peter Forsberg shocked the world in the 1994 Olympics with his one-handed reach-round deke, better known as the postage stamp, and Alexei Zhamov used it in his career. But Jussi Jokinen has made a living off this move in the NHL Shootout era. His best edition of it came against Thomas and left the outspoken goalie fuming. Number 10. Marek Malik on Olaf Kolzig, November 26th, 2005. There's simply no contest here. Type Marek Malik into Google and Shootout shootout goal will immediately drop down. This is his legacy. Malik's marker had everything. It was significant because it capped off the longest shootout in the NHL's history, coming on 30th attempts in the 15th round. It was impressive because it was a damn good move, with Malik shooting through his legs in the top corner. And it was hilarious because it came from a 6'6" stay-at-home defenseman whose single-season career high in goals was 7, and naturally he'd acted like he'd done it before. Malik's goal is and always will be the supernova of shootout moments. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are currently on your screen, because I'm sure you'll love them. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.